Alright, y'all, for this lesson we are looking at the impact of European trade in Asia. Asian nations did not welcome the arrival of Europeans. You'll remember that Europeans and Asians had a relationship that was based much more on equality than the relationship that Europeans and North and South Americans had. And the Asians were especially wary of European missionaries looking to spread the Christian religion. There were already 4 religions practiced in Asia: Hinduism, Buddhism, Shintoism, and Confucianism. Christianity was not a religion that was practiced widely in Asia. Francis Xavier was one of the most famous Christian missionaries who attempted to spread Christianity throughout Asia, and he would successfully convert over 300,000 Japanese people to Christianity. Japan's rulers saw the spread of Christianity as a threat to their power and culture, and China felt the same way. They really saw Christianity as an attempt by the West to take over the Eastern cultures in Japan and China. The mainland states, you can see this area in green right up here. Europeans had very little influence in those mainland states. Nations that are a part of the continent of Asia, like China. These states were already highly advanced civilizations with strong militaries and modern technologies. And European nations viewed advanced nations such as China and Japan as equals. And Asian leaders were therefore able to resist this foreign influence. China and Japan both adopted a policy of isolationism, which is the policy of turning inward from the world. And the goal of isolation was to keep out other cultures by limiting trade and all interaction with other cultures and countries. Japan and China took what they needed from Europeans, which was mostly weapons and technical knowledge, and once they got all of that they wanted, then they closed their doors and they shut down trade. Japan and China did allow trade to occur at select ports. Ports are cities that are on the sea. At these places, merchants conducted limited trade, and despite isolationism, there was still a big European impact on Asia, and European ideas spread throughout Asia. Asian merchants wanted these goods from Europeans: clocks, eyeglasses, firearms, and scientific instruments. And Europeans wanted spices, tea, silks, cottons, porcelain, and other luxury goods from Asia. Europeans had better success setting up trading outposts on the islands southeast of Asia than in China and Japan. The Spice Islands down here, became part of Portugal's trading post empire. However, the Dutch would later take over the Spice Islands and control these outposts. Europeans generally created trading posts in Asia and not colonies. However, Spain did found a colony in the Philippines. There were no spices in the Philippines, but they did find fertile soil and an excellent location for trade. Alright, so mainly the impact of European trade in Asia is that Asia, places like Japan and China, tried to close down their doors to European trade and especially European missionaries. They had limited success, and European ideas did spread in Asia. The other main thing to remember is that Europeans treated Asians as equals because Asians had modernized weapons and advanced societies, whereas the people they encountered in North and South America, to the Europeans, those cultures seemed inferior to European culture, and they did not have modern weapons, so they were easier to take over.